Hey lovers, welcome back to my channel. I'm Meki, and today we will be talking about just a handful of reasons why you should not stay in a relationship that is no longer serving you. I actually have some thoughts about relationships in general, leaving relationships that no longer serve you, because that does come off as selfish, but we are going to talk about it in today's video. So if you want to know some of my reasons why you shouldn't stay in a relationship, stick around. I'm going to share them. Okay, so question, did you guys miss me? I know I have not been recording for quite some time. I am a little camera shy, and then I also don't like to record if I don't have anything to say. But what I decided to do was take some polls on my Instagram. If you are not already following my Instagram, please do so at Match by Meki. I decided to take some polls of things that come to mind, and based on those polls, I will be trying to produce some content for you guys to dive deeper. I know sometimes people be like, dang, you write so much. Y'all act like I'm writing novels, okay? But for those that don't want to read, here is a video instead, okay? So consider the Instagram kind of like a Cliff Notes version, and then these videos will be me diving a little bit deeper. So today's topic, again, is a few reasons why you should not stay in a relationship. These are not only my reasons, but also some responses from people who answered on the post. So reason number one, finances. Now, if y'all are in California, like I am in California, you know, having help paying these bills is top tier. But if you are in a relationship that is abusive, toxic, negative, like draining, so many words come to mind, but y'all get what I'm saying. If you are in a relationship that is all of those things, and then of course there's other reasons I'll get into later, you have to trust that God will provide, okay? And I know that is so hard to say, I'm not going to be with you anymore, like, woo, 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 I'm going to be able to pay these bills myself. It's giving delusion, which again, we'll talk about that too, is giving delusion. But more than delusion, I'm going to need y'all to chop that up as faith, because it's doing yourself a disservice staying in a relationship just because you don't think you can afford to live life single. You absolutely can. Now, you may have to scale back. I know me today, I went to Starbucks and I was like $6.25, damn. But imagine like how many days worth of Starbucks or wherever else you go. Like imagine how much you spend going out to eat, going to Starbucks, hanging out with your friends on the weekends, buying alcohol, whatever it is that you are spending money on. Now, that may not equate to the amount that your partner is putting in, but there's also DoorDash. There's also side hustles that if y'all know any good ones, drop them in the comments below, because I be wanting to know side hustles too. But there's so many other things that will make you pat yourself on the back to be like, okay, I was able to do this. I was able to survive and thrive by not being stuck in that relationship or not staying with someone just because I need help paying the bills. Like, it's easier said than done. Trust me, I 1,000% get it, but you will feel so much better knowing that you were able to leave a toxic environment or leave a draining environment and then just do what you need to do on your own. Of course, with God, nothing is ever on our own, but just to know that you were able to do those things and not have to have the short end of the stick, of the stick. So yeah, that is one reason why you should not stay in a relationship that no longer serves you. Another reason that you should not stay in a relationship that no longer serves you is you seeing the potential in someone and also you being delusional. Okay. I feel like we have all been there. You're like, this person, like maybe they just don't see what I see in them. And it is not our job, unless there are kids, to show someone what it is that we think they're capable of doing. That is not our job. I have absolutely been there several times, and then that is just a big letdown. Seeing that the person is like capable of doing something doesn't mean that they're actually going to do it. And that is something we have to remind ourselves. Like, it is not our job. Yes, as a good friend, as a good partner, you do want to encourage and uplift whoever it is that you are associated with. But what's the saying? You could lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink. We need to snap into our own reality, or oftentimes remind ourselves like, okay, instead of me pushing that person, let me try to continue to push myself so that I can make myself better. And I think that just goes across the board. My third reason of why you should not stay in a relationship that no longer serves you is because you are comfortable. Y'all, you should be comfortable in your relationship, but if the comfort does not lead to progress, forget about it. Cut it out. Uncle Joey. That was Full House for all the Gen Zers that may be watching my videos. Maybe I don't know, but maybe you do. Yes, comfort. You should be comfortable 1,000% in your relationship. Comfortable communicating, comfortable, just comfortable. Okay. The things that come to my mind that I do not want to share, just tap up in here and see if y'all know what I'm saying. You should be comfortable, okay? But there's a different type of comfort. Like, oh, that's my person. Like, oh, we get along. Just because y'all get along does not mean that you guys are still growing. It can be a very stagnant relationship. And what is the good in that? There's no growth. There's no, like progress, which is also growth, but whatever. Like, you want to, if you have, what's something that, oh, like the butterflies and cocoons, like you have to be able to see the cocoon turn into a butterfly. If the cocoon is just cocooning, then what are we doing? That's a question you need to ask yourself. So do not stay in a relationship just because you guys are comfortable. Be comfortable, but be growing at the same time. My next reason why you should not stay in a relationship is the fear of starting over. We all have experienced that, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in a job. So many different avenues this can be applied to, but specifically when it comes to relationships, the fear of starting over, which also comes with the fear of judgment or not wanting to be judged. Especially if you've been with the person for years and years. I know people who have been in relationships in the past for 5+ years, maybe even 10+ years. And then that relationship was stagnant. They were comfortable, but they weren't getting any newness, right, in their relationship. It was just being comfortable. Then next thing you know, they finally cut that relationship off. The next person they're with, so many things are happening for them. Like, you finally see the spark. You finally see growth. You finally see new blessings and new things like shining through them. And that is the beautiful thing. The longer we stay in relationships that no longer serve us, we could be delaying what actually is meant to be. So we don't want to do that. Okay? Comment below if you don't want to do that. All right. Now, here's the things about ending relationships that no longer serve you that I told y'all I would talk about, and how that comes off sounding so selfish. So I have like a love, not love relationship when it comes to oh, if it no longer serves me, I'm not doing that. Because I personally do understand removing yourselves from things that no longer serve you, but I also feel it's super important to communicate clearly with the person that you are removing yourself from, especially if you guys have been in a relationship for a really long time. I just feel like you will want someone to communicate that with you. And so that doesn't mean you have to stay in that relationship, because no, like that's kind of doing yourself a disservice, like I said earlier. But to completely remove yourself, would you want someone to do that to you? Like, and maybe you are a nonchalant, like, oh, I don't care, no one has to stay. But it's kind of like you would appreciate someone communicating with you. So you should also do the same for them if you do want to remove yourself. Now, you don't have to go into complete detail, but do not ghost the person. Like, that is so shady. But anyway, those are my thoughts on some reasons why you should no longer stay in a relationship that no longer serves you. I hope you found this video helpful. The Bachelor is starting, I think, next week. So I will probably be back with my weekly recaps. And then I'll also try to put some of these videos in the mix as well. I am camera shy, so I'm trying to get more comfortable in front of the camera. So look, and I do get a little stutter or speech delay, and that's okay. So, maybe there's a whole community of people that get a little stutter or speech delay that this will help inspire. Again, I hope this video was helpful in some way or another. If not, I hope you just have fun looking at me. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week or weekend whenever you're watching. And now I'm rambling. So I will talk to you guys on the next one.